thing we hear from nearly all our customers is that choice is paramount to their cloud success. Customers want choice of cloud, choice of delivery model, so they can design a hybrid multi-cloud strategy that is purpose-built for their unique needs. That's why Citrix has spent the past few years building capabilities and strategic partnerships to give you the freedom of choice so you can pursue your cloud your way. Today, we're expanding that choice even further by making it even easier for you to run your Citrix workloads on Google Cloud. From Citrix Workspace integration with Google Cloud Platform, Chrome Enterprise, and G Suite, to Citrix networking running on GCP, Citrix and Google are setting a pace of innovation that showcases a partnership built on a shared vision for cloud. Here's a look at what our friends at Google had to say about the partnership. Well, welcome everyone to this exciting segment on the latest developments of the Citrix Google partnership. I'm Tim Minahan, the Executive Vice President of Strategy and the Chief Marketing Officer here at Citrix. And I'm honored to be joined by Kirsten Kliphaus, the President of North America for Google Cloud. Welcome, Kirsten.
Thanks for having me. I'm thrilled to be here. It's a great opportunity for us to talk together and share some of our exciting news.
Yes, fantastic. And let's get right on with it. You know, Google Cloud is certainly one of the fastest growing public cloud services, but many folks might not understand the full reach and capabilities of Google Cloud Platform. So let's start there. Can you enlighten us?
Certainly. Well, we just released the Google's earnings for Q2, and in that all-up announcement, there was a lot of good data in there around Google Cloud specifically. You know, for the quarter, we were at $3 billion in revenues for the second quarter, which is really 43% year-over-year growth as a company. And we're incredibly proud of that. And we've had some really good wins with our customers and helping them achieve new objectives to get to those results. And part of the work that we're doing across the Google Cloud Platform as well as G Suite is making sure we work with our customers on a long-term basis. And that actually shows up when you take a look at some of the announcements that were made regarding our backlog. And the backlog for Google at Cloud was $14.8 billion, which in the quarter. So that substantially means that we are actually growing our business currently with our customers as well as for the long term. So I hope customers are as excited about the results as we are.
Yeah, incredibly impressive results and really a good reflection of just how the current environment has companies really looking for greater agility and accelerating to the cloud and accelerating their digitization efforts. You know, and Google really stands out in the crowd on that. And that's why Citrix and Google, as you know, have been longtime partners across a wide range of areas, from mobile to Chrome Enterprise to Chromebooks, and now we're expanding into new areas, including our partnership and commitment to helping customers run their Citrix virtual apps and desktops in Google Cloud. So why don't we start there? I'm really excited about the news. Why don't you give us an overview of how we're partnering and the value that our customers can expect?
Certainly. And this is a great piece of work between our teams, Tim. And as you said, we've had a long-term relationship between our organizations. This isn't just like we started working together. We have a long-term relationship going back from the work we're doing on mobile and Chrome Enterprise and Chromebooks, et cetera. And our strategy in working with partners and Citrix specifically is really around this idea that we want to partner together to add value to those areas that our customers want us to. And one of those big areas for us to work together on specifically is really around the Citrix virtual app as well as the desktop workloads. And this is really something that as customers are moving to the cloud, they're now thinking a lot more about this environment and saying, how can we work together with our Citrix environment and with our Google environment and bring the best of those two together? And on our side, what we're committed to under this relationship on behalf of our customers is really making sure that our product teams and our engineering teams are connected very deeply, and they're working on making sure our technologies work seamlessly together for the customers, as well as making sure that we're thinking about the future roadmap and what do we need to do over the lifetime journey on working with these customers. So our story is about better together and picking best of breed of both. And I really do think Google as well as Citrix together are those two best of breed companies that can make a difference for our customers in their journey to cloud. And a lot of this is really backed up by the data that's out there in the market. And if you want to go look at, like, an example of the IDC reports that are out there about, partners and the partner revenue that comes from companies working with Google Cloud and the ecosystem that we create, this is what's really exciting, because companies like Citrix are a beneficiary of working with Google Cloud in this environment. And together, we change that ecosystem. If we look at like the IDC report around the impact that Google Cloud has on the ecosystem of partners, that we will more than triple our partner revenue by the year 2025. That's a lot of business out market that we're collectively working on together on behalf of our customer. And so another way to look at it is for every dollar of Google Cloud technology that's sold in and leveraged in 2020 with our customers, partners are going to generate about 5 times that, or $5 worth of that, on their own offerings and services in support of relationships like these.
Well, that's great. Citrix, you mentioned Citrix and Google has been working together. Our engineers have been working together. Let's get a little bit more deeper into that, Kirsten. The real focus, as you said, right now is really making it easier for Citrix virtual apps and desktop customers to migrate and manage and optimize the workloads in Google Cloud. So tell us a bit more about these joint enhancements and really how our engineers are coming together to help our customers make it more seamless to work with Citrix and Google together.
Certainly, and this is a big piece, right? Because this is where the seamlessness is what matters, because customers are used to their environment and working with Citrix, particularly around the virtual app and desktop. And as they need to migrate and then manage and then optimize those workloads over a period of time with Google Cloud, that needs to look like it and feel like it did previously. We need to make it really easy. And that's the work that our teams are doing together to provide those enterprise customers with that capability to migrate those workloads with MCS support of shared VPC really quickly and really easy. And that's what we're supposed to be doing. And that sort of sets the North Star for success for us. The other part that, that's super important for customers, when they think about scale and things like capacity, as an example of our VM capacity, those are the areas that we can help customers today make that move now, and take literally and shorten that cycle as they scale, shorten that cycle down to a limited amount of time, whether it's a couple days or a week, but it doesn't have to be this thing that takes years to accomplish. And so as we work together and we continue to identify these areas like shared VPC to work on very quickly with our customers, our goal is to make sure, again, it's easy, it's smooth. The transition is something that they can easily do themselves or with behalf of the support services that we're doing together. But we're looking at speed and cost to do that, and then we're doing it in the quickest way possible.
Yeah, very, very important developments for future customers. But speaking of customers, many customers have already seen the value of Citrix and Google together. Why don't you share maybe a story or two of customers that have already made the leap and already using Citrix running on top of Google Cloud?
Sure. A great example of that would be what we're doing with a customer that is one of the largest producer of renewable diesel in the world. And they obviously are very focused on creating these sustainable solutions within their business. And so one of the things that they came to us about collectively together was, how do we make sure we look at their environment, we continue to build the right solution that also addresses their company initiatives. And in this case, it was around reducing climate emissions. And so how do we sustainably work together to build that solution? And together, the two of us worked to provide performance and sustainability. And they sound like they're counterintuitive decisions and statements, but they're really not, because we worked with them, with your services organization at Citrix, to really understand what was going on in their infrastructure and what was causing performance degradation in their infrastructure, to improve upon that with a cloud-first strategy between Google and Citrix, and making sure then that we could do that in a sustainable way. And by building this in a hybrid model with the cloud services, we were able to achieve those results they wanted for sustainability, which, as we know, going to the cloud, you get enhanced sustainability and carbon footprint objectives are met. So together, we hit their goals around performance and we hit their objectives around sustainability. And so the new architecture that the teams put in place delivers not only against their goals around the applications and using the services that were out there, but it also does it around the productivity tools, in this case, G Suite, that was used for the customer.
Yeah, a real fantastic example of how not just moving to cloud to transition your workloads, but actually for a purpose-built decision, right? In this case, to really drive towards their carbon emission goals. Well, Kirsten, all of us here at Citrix are excited for our expanded relationship with Google and the accelerated innovation that you just went through, and certainly the value we're delivering to customers together. I also know we have some more great announcements from this partnership, on the horizon, and I certainly look forward to working with you and the whole Google team to speed our customers to the cloud and power new and better ways to work. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having us. I look forward to the announcements as well.